right. Hello, friends. We are live for yoga today, and we have beautiful, rainy after thunderstorm weather today. Your updated Midwest weather report coming to you. So, today I wanted to talk about journey. So, many of us are sheltering in place, either at home or if you are deployed. They are staying where they are right now and not moving about at all for everybody's safety. But that doesn't mean that we can't journey in a non-physical sense, so we can journey in our yoga practice. So physically, we can move and have these adventures in the body, or when we meditate, we can have a journey mentally. So some of the things as we go through our practice, feeling what that movement is in the body. All right, so to start that, let's start with our house breathing, which is kind of like moving around in a house. So let's find a comfortable seated position. And I'm just sitting up on a block here just to do something different. You can sit on the floor, or you're welcome to sit in your chair. Now let's take a moment here to check in with the body. If comfortable, you can close your eyes. And just maybe look at the body as a map of the arteries, of the muscles, of the bones, just how is the body mapped out? And each part can have its own little index, kind of like they have the city index in a big giant atlas. So just kind of check in with all those little areas in the body. And when you're ready, let's come into the breath. Noticing how the breath feels today. We have potential for a lot of noise for roofing and new gutters, and I don't think anybody's gonna be out cutting the grass, but it's noisy out on the street. So if you get distracted by that, just bring your attention back to your breath. So let's start with our house breath. So we're imagining that the torso is 3 stories. So from the belly button down to the pelvic floor is the basement. First floor is belly button to lower rib cage. And then that second floor is from the mid chest up to the neck. All right, when you're ready, we're going to inhale down into that basement. Exhale, release. Second breath, we're going to inhale into the basement and then come up to the first floor. Exhale from the basement up and out. Third breath, inhale into the basement, into the first floor, and up into that second floor. On the exhale, bringing the breath from the basement all the way up and out the nose. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, down into the basement, filling up the first floor and the second floor. Exhale from the basement all the way up and out. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale down into the basement, filling up the first floor, filling up the second floor, and then exhale from the basement all the way up and out the nose. Last one here. Inhale down to the basement, first floor, second floor. Exhale from the basement all the way up and out the nose. Excellent. So when you practice that at home, we'll come back to your regular breath when you're ready. When you practice that at home, you can add more rooms into your house. So you could have 2 rooms in the basement, 2 on the first floor, 2 on the second floor. You can add another floor, on and on. So as much space as you have for your breath, work on making more rooms in your house. All right, so let's come into some movement here today. So we're going on a physical journey, maybe a mental journey with where our mind is. So maybe different parts of the body is where we're going to send the breath or send our thoughts. All right, first thing we're going to do is come into our seated cat and cow. So I'm going to come off this block and sit on the floor. If you're in a chair, that works fine too. All right, so feet are at the top of the, crossing the legs. We'll do that first. All right, so cross the legs. And you can start with legs out straight or crossed. Hands in front of the knees if they're crossed. If the legs are out, hands under the thighs. All right, so let's start with our cat and cow. So we're going to exhale back to our cat, drop the chin, and we've got this curve going out and away. On the inhale, we're going to round forward, looking up. That's our cow. So we're reversing the curve of the spine. Exhale back to cat. And when we do this on our hands and knees, we're making 2 sides of a circle. And back to cat. And looking up to cow. Beautiful. Coming back to center. So we're going on this yoga journey today. So one of the things that we do want to do is stay grounded even though we're in movement. So before we come into our laterals from side to side here, let's take a moment and find grounding. So we are grounded into the earth, feeling the sit bones. And then let's go side to side. So you can take this left hand on the floor. If you have blocks, you can bring your hand onto the block. Sometimes I like to do that. It gives me a little bit more length in the spine. So left hand on the floor, inhale this right arm up. Exhale, bring it back. Unless you're mirroring, then you bring your right arm up. Exhale back. So you can either do what I'm doing or do the opposite, whatever works, as long as you're doing both sides equally or evenly. Beautiful. All right, so this last time on that second side, now we're going to add another breath in here. So let's inhale, bring this arm up. On the exhale, bringing it over towards that other side. Feeling that journey from the fingertips to the hip. Exhale all the way back. Inhale. Exhale over to the side. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, release. Beautiful. A couple times. Each side. Again, your choice if you want to do the same or opposites. As long as we're doing it evenly. All right, so we're going to do this one more time. And we're going to pause for an extra breath. So we're going to inhale. Exhale over. And then let's take another full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, release. Let's do the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here for a full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back up to center. Exhale. Release. Excellent. All right, so let's come back to cat and cow. We'll add that in a bunch. I think the other day we did a class with posture, and it can't hurt to continue to pay a little attention to that. We're probably on our laptops and phones more than we were before for all of those Zoom calls and live yoga. So, and just the stress of the situation. So that can bring in a protectiveness. So we want to open that up, get some movement into the body. Beautiful. All right, let's come back to neutral. And then we're going to come into our twist. So we want to lift up out of the spine. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, going to one side. I have my right hand on my left knee. You can go the opposite or the same. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. And we're not doing a super deep twist here. We're just getting into that upper thoracic spine as the body warms up. You can go further on your journey down the spine. Look at that. All right. Back to center. And last time, last side. Beautiful. So we're going to do each side one more time, and we're going to take 2 breaths when we get there. So inhale, lifting up out of the spine. On the exhale, first side, take 2 full breaths here. Beautiful. And then back to center. Second side. On the exhale, 2 full breaths here. Excellent. And then back to center. So that was a twist. Let's come back to a symmetrical spine again. So hands under the knees if you're cross-legged. If your legs are out straight, hands under the thighs. We're going to exhale, rounding back. Inhale, rounding forward, looking up. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Beautiful. And then come back to that neutral spine. And let's move the feet a little bit, the ankles and the feet. We haven't done a lot of that recently, but since we're on a yoga journey, let's get the feet all nice and prepped. All right, so let's start. We're going to find this 90-degree angle here, pushing the heels away from the torso to start. So I have my heels popped up off the floor, which is a sign that I'm hyperextending my knees. So I'm going to bend my knees a little bit and keep the heels on the floor. So sometimes it's a little tricky with the yoga mat because it's sticky, so your feet don't really slide. And that's why they tend to pop them up so it's easier to move. So, all right, let's point and flex here. So we're going to point. That's our inhale breath. Exhale, flex. Couple more times. Feeling the juices flowing into the ankles and the feet. Excellent. All right, so next we want to, so we're going to turn the soles of the feet in towards each other. So you can do 1 foot at a time if that's uncomfortable to do both. And then we're going to do the opposite movement. So we're trying to bring that pinky toe back towards the shoulder. So a couple of those. And then if you want to go full range, soles of the foot, pinky toe towards the shoulder, you can do that. Or if you want to stick with one movement, that's fine too. All right, so our next one, we're going to bring the toes open. So the pinky toe comes away from the big toe. So you probably can't see very well if you can, opening my fingers like I'm opening my toes. And maybe that helps Open the toes by opening the fingers. Who knows? Something to try. All right, and then let's do circles around with the ankles. You can do one ankle at a time. You can do both at the same time, same direction or opposite directions. So all of the different options for circles. And then after you finish that, we're going to finish off the ankles with windshield wipers. So just to point out this journey that we're going on here, when I'm going to do one leg at a time. So when I bring my big toe towards the center, I'm bringing an internal rotation all the way up into this hip joint. And then going out with the pinky toe, that's my external rotation on that hip joint. So from the toes to the hip, there's one of our movements. Okay, fabulous. Let's do, let's come up to our hands and knees. And then we're going to continue some of those same movements that we did seated for the spine, for journey up and down the spine. So you guessed it, we're going to start with cat and cow. One of the other bad habits that I have besides hyperextending my knees is hyperextending my elbows. So if you look at, let's see, I'm like this, the increase of the elbow should be facing the center or each other. So somebody called them the eyes of the elbows, which kind of freaked me out. But so if you're bending your elbows, you would come down. If they're like this, you would fall back like that. So this is the movement that you want the elbows to be able to make, even though they're not moving. All right, so I have to remind myself to not do that either. All right, so let's start with our cat and cow. And we're going to start again with the exhale. So we're going to bring the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling, tucking the tailbone and tucking the chin. So we have this movement on the back side of the spine. And then on the inhale, we're going to reverse the curve, looking up towards the horizon. So that's the bottom half of the circle. Exhale, cat, that's the top half of the circle. So the Sanskrit name of these two poses when you do them together is wheel. And that's what you're doing with the spine. Excellent. All right, so come back to your neutral spine. And let's come into that beautiful lateral. Left hand is going to stay where it is. And then we're going to walk this right hand over towards the left, next to it, in front of it, past it, wherever that feels comfortable for you today. And it's okay if it's not the same as it was last time you did this. And then we're going to turn and look at that left foot. So we've got this lengthening from the right fingertips to that right hip. And we're going to do 3 breaths here, starting with the inhale at the right fingertips. We're going to inhale all the way down that right side body to the right toes. And then on the exhale, from the right toes all the way up that right side body and out the fingertips. Again, inhale. So this is a nice long full body journey here. From the fingertips of the right hand, all the way up that right side body and out the right toes. On the exhale, from those right toes, all the way out those right fingertips. One more. Inhale, right fingertips all the way down that right side body, out the right toes. On the exhale, from those right toes all the way out, all the way up and out those right fingertips. Beautiful. Walk that right hand back, and let's go to the other side. So we're going to walk that left hand over, next to, in front of, past, wherever that feels right for you today. We're going to turn and look at that right foot. So same thing on this side. Inhale from those left fingers all the way down that left side body. Exhale, out those left toes. Inhale from the left toes, all the way up that left side body and out those left fingers. Again, inhale, left fingers, all the way down that left side body and out the left toes. Exhale from the left toes, all the way up that left side body and out those left fingers. Last one. Inhale, left fingers all the way down that left toes. On the exhale, all the way up that left side body and out the left fingers. Beautiful. Let's come back to our tabletop. And let's do our gate pose, and then we'll do our, we'll come back to cat and cow. So let's do two versions of our gate pose. Our low gate pose. We're going to start with this right foot out to the side. It's kind of at a 90-degree angle. And left hand stays where it is. Inhale, we're going to bring this right hand up towards the ceiling. Excellent. And then right hand comes down, tuck that right knee under, extend that left foot out. Right hand stays where it is. We're going to inhale this left arm up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And then bring that left hand down. Tuck that left knee under, and then we're going to come up into a high kneel. All right, so our second gate pose, if you have a block or something else, a book for balance, you can use that. And what we're going to do is start with the left leg. I'm going to come this way. So left leg comes out. In front, you can use that block as for balance. And then we're going to bring this left hand on the left hip or down that left leg. Inhale this right arm up. Exhale, bring it over towards that left foot. So we don't want to be pushing this hand on that knee. That's why you can keep it on your hip there. And then if you want, you can look up under that right arm. Maybe feel a little something in the armpit or in the hip. Just paying attention to where you are noticing this. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Let's switch sides, tuck that left knee under, right leg comes out. And then we're going to go to the other side. So right hand on that right leg or at that right hip. Inhale this left arm up. Exhale, bring that left hand over towards the right side. And again, if comfortable, you can look up under that left arm. Feel that lengthening from those left fingertips, maybe all the way down to that left knee. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Tuck that. I'm on the wrong channel. All right, that's what happened. Okay, no worries. So let's come down to our hands and knees. We're gonna curl the toes under. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And let's just take a moment here to pause in our journey, so to speak. We're gonna bend one knee and extend the opposite heel. So we're gonna walk the dog. And push in with the arms. Extend the hips towards that back wall. And then when you're ready, you can look up at the hands and walk the feet up to the hands, or walk the hands back to the feet. Bend the knees. Let the head be heavy. This is one of those places where you can just let whatever you're holding on to, release. And then arms come out, push in with feet, inhale, arms come up, palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Release the hands. And then let's come into some more movement. Or actually, let's do our balance first. So we're going to start with our mountain pose, or samastiti in some places. That's what we call that. So you can have your big toes touching, heels maybe a couple of inches apart. And let's engage that back heart. So the top of the shoulders soften, shoulder blades, those points come towards each other, and it makes a little heart. So that's what I call the back heart. And then those shoulder blades come in towards your heart center. I like my palms facing forward, but you can have your arms down at your side if that's more comfortable, depending on how that feels for your shoulders. And maybe let's just do, you can keep your feet where they are, or you can do hip width distance apart. We're going to bring the arms out, and we're going to do shoulder rotations here. So I'm starting with my palms facing the floor and just below shoulder height. Nice. On the inhale, I'm going to lift my thumb up towards the ceiling and then go back as far as my shoulders will let them. On the exhale, I'm going to round the shoulders down, tuck my chin, and keep going with my thumbs. Inhale, unwind, wind up, look up maybe, if that feels okay. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Beautiful. Release the arms, come down. Okay, and let's see. We are going to do our balance pose. So if you have a chair and you want to do this with a chair, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, we can do it without a chair. You can use the wall. That's not a wall. Put your hand through the window. Let's start with our tree pose. So if you don't want to use a chair, we can start with our level 1. So we'll start with the left foot in the floor, right heel above that left ankle. The right hip is open, the left hip is nice and strong. And then finding that back heart again. That kind of pulls the whole front of the spine up and open. And start with the hands at the heart, and they can stay here, and this can be your tree pose. But if you want, you can grow your branches, and I'm just going to bring my branches out here so you can see them on the screen. But you can have them up higher if that's more comfortable, wherever that works. Excellent. And then release. So coming to the other side, I didn't bring my foot up higher, but you can do that. But I'm going to stay with this level 1 foot, nice and strong. So this is an exaggeration, but I want this hip nice and strong. This one is open. Hands at the heart. And then you can stay right here, and this is your tree pose, or you can grow your branches. Your branches can move and sway. That foot can come up if you like, or it can stay down. And then when you're ready, hands come together and release. Beautiful. All right, so let's come into a more advanced balance pose. There's a couple of different ways to do this. So I'm going to give you your options. So I've got blocks and I have a chair. And let's see, I'll flip it this way for this one. So Warrior 3 has 3 different levels with the torso. So I'll go through each of the levels. So starting with level 1, we'll do the chair first. So I want to be torso distance back from the chair. I'm going to bring both hands onto the chair and checking my elbows here. All right, I'm going to start with the right foot on the mat, on the floor, and then I'm going to bring my left toes back behind me. So this is our starting point for our warrior 1, or I'm sorry, warrior 3. So with the legs, you can lift that left leg up. So this is option 1. Nice strong extension, heel back, crown of the head forward. If you have your balance and you want, you can extend opposite arm. And then come down. And we're going to switch sides. So right toes come back. You can extend that leg first and then the arm. You can keep both arms on the chair, either way. And then bring that foot down. Bend the knees coming out. All right, second option is blocks. So we'll come into a forward fold. The blocks are under the shoulders. And same thing with the legs here. So this is a little bit of a deeper fold here. I'll start with the right leg. It's almost centered. And then extending that left leg back, crown of the head forward. And then release that left foot. We'll extend the right foot back. Beautiful. And we want to keep that the pelvis flat. So if I pop up like that, I'm getting into that don't want to be squeezed like that. So if you can see that, that's flat and that's popped up. So we don't want to be popping that up. All right, right foot down, did the left foot already. All right, bend the knees, coming out. And then you can go back to either one of those, or if you want to do it without a prop, you could even do this on the wall too. I have windows, I'm not doing it on the wall. I could do it if I didn't have my banner here. But anyway, so I'm going to show you without either of those options. So my right foot is grounded into the earth. I'm going to fold forward, my left leg comes up, and then my arms come out to the side, or they can come forward, or they can come back. And then coming back, and then going to the other side. Arms out, oops, forward, and back. All right, coming out more gracefully than that. So those are your options for warrior 3. So that's a little bit more of a difficult balance pose. And one of the things that happens as we grow older is the chance for falling increases. And usually we don't just fall when we're just standing in place. It usually happens when we're in motion. So that's why I like to include, when I remember, some moving balance. So let's start with our palm tree pose, which is coming up on the toes and then raising the arms. Let's see. That's a little bit more of the arms. Okay. So we'll come up on an inhale. Arms come up, coming up on the toes, and then exhale, coming down. So we'll do a couple rounds of that. Strengthening the feet, feeling this lengthening of the whole body from the fingertips to the toes, and this whole body journey of balance and grace. Excellent. All right, so for our next moving balance, we're going to do our flying crane, aka Karate Kid. So that involves, I'm going to turn sideways so I'm not whacking the windows. We're going to lift one knee and arms come out. exhale. Inhale, other knee comes up, and exhale. Beautiful. All right, let's do a couple rounds of that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. If this is too much, you can do this holding on to one arm, one leg. Flip around to the other side. Otherwise, arms and one leg. The other option is arms up in front too. That's something else you can try. Excellent. And release. Beautiful. All right. So for our next movement, let's come into our warrior two. I'm sorry, let's do warrior one first, and then we'll go to warrior two. So for our warrior one, we'll warm up the knee first. We'll do a couple of standard with the arms, and then we're going to do a flying away on our journey kind of warrior one. All right, I know. You can take a theme a little too far, but it's still kind of fun. All right, let's do our knee warm up first. Left foot turns out, right foot steps forward. And I'll turn this a little bit more so you can see my knee. So we're going to inhale here. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Beautiful. Bend that leg, push off, and step it back. Let's do the other side. Turn that right foot out, step that left foot forward. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straight. And then bend that knee, push off, and step it back. All right, our next movement, we're going to add the arms. So let's turn that left foot out, step that right foot forward. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale. And you can decide how you want the arms. You can come straight up by the ears, or if that's too much for the shoulders, out at an angle. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale, return. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. And one more. All right. Push off, step back. Let's go to the other side. Turn the right foot out. Left foot comes forward. Inhale, arms come up, bend the knee. Exhale, back. Beautiful. And then bend that knee, push off, and step it back. All right, so let's do the other option with the arms. So you can go to just the knees. You can go arms straight up, arms, cactus arms, or goalpost. And then this next round, we're going to do flying warriors, because why not? We're on a journey, right? All right, let's start with turning that left foot out, step the right foot forward. So we're going to do this in a couple of steps. So inhale here, exhale, bend the knee. Actually, we're going to exhale, bend the knee, fold forward. And then we're going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, back. Inhale, back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knee, folding forward. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale back. Inhale, coming up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, folding forward. Bend the knee. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale back. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. Bend that knee, push off, step back. All right, let's go to the other side. Turn that right foot out, left foot forward. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knee, folding forward. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale up. Excellent. All right, let's do that a couple more times. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, torso comes back up. 2 more. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms release. Inhale, torso back up. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, torso comes up. Bend the knee, push off, and step it back. Yay! All right, did it. Fabulous. All right, warrior 2. So let's start with the left foot. Foot comes forward. Back foot's at 90 degrees-ish. Torso is facing the same direction as that back foot. Hands together at the heart, arms open. Gaze is over those left fingers, and we're going to bend that left knee over that left ankle. Softening the shoulders away from the ears. And let's go peaceful warrior, side angle pose. So this right arm comes down, open that left palm up, inhale. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. That left forearm comes down to that left leg. Right arm can come up towards the ceiling or rest on that right hip. See how my shoulder comes back. Beautiful. Arm comes up or overhead. And then we're going to windmill all the way around with an inhale back to peaceful warrior. Side angle pose. Peaceful warrior. That's our inhale. Exhale, side angle pose. Beautiful. And then let's get back up to warrior 2. And release the arms. And then we're going to step the feet back together. Excellent. All right, let's come to the other side. So we're going to step this right foot forward. Back foot is at 90 degrees. Torso faces the same direction as that back leg. Back foot, sorry. Hands at the heart, arms open and extend. Bend that right knee over that right ankle. Gaze is over those right fingers. And let's go peaceful warrior first. Inhale, right hand comes up. Exhale, side angle pose. Bring that hand to that hip, send that shoulder back first, and then bring that arm up. Windmill all the way around. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale all the way up and around. Peaceful warrior. And side angle pose. Beautiful. Let's come back to warrior 2. Drop the hands and step the feet back together. Excellent. All right, let's come and find our half sun salutation. So this one, we're going to do it in regular, and then we're going to add an extra breath in there with an extension of the spine. So we'll do a round of 3 first. So your feet can be hip width distance apart, closer, wider, however that works. Hands at the heart. Inhale, hands come down, arms come up. Exhale, arms out to the side, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms out. Hands all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out. All the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Arms all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. All right, so you can keep the hands, arms coming out to the side, or if you prefer, arms by the ears. So when you come back up, the arms come to the ears and then coming up. All right, so I'm gonna go arms up like this for this set. And we're gonna add that extra breath in on the halfway lift. Okay, so here we go. Start with hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. We're gonna inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, but stay here. Inhale again. Extending torso, tailbone, crown of the head. On the exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms come up. All the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And I'm going to leave my hands down in the tripod. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, lengthen. Feel the length. The tailbone moving away from the head. Exhale, coming back down. Bend the knees, arms come up to the ears. Inhale, push in with the feet all the way up. Palms together, hands to heart. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause here for an extra breath. Extend the tailbone away from the top of the head. Start inhale, exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, arms come to the ears. Inhale all the way up, exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. All right. So let's come down to our hands and knees. All right, hands and knees, here we go. So let's do that. We're going to do cat, cow, child's pose. So we're going to start with our cat, exhale, cat, and then coming down to child's pose. Inhale, coming back to cow and coming up through the forearms, back to cow. Exhale, cat, down to child's pose. Inhale, rounding up, looking up to cow. Exhale, cat. To child's pose. On the inhale, coming back to cow. And then exhale back to a neutral spine. Now we're going to add we're going to do down dog and up dog. All right, so let's start in plank, actually. So extend both legs all the way back. So we're in our plank. And then come down to the knees, tops of the feet, looking up, upward facing dog. And flip the toes, push in. Inhale, the hips come up, downward facing dog. Come back to plank. And then down to the knees or tops of the feet, looking up, upward facing dog. Flip the toes, hips come up, downward facing dog. And then back down to the knees or tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. And then flip the toes. Actually, I don't have to flip the toes. Let's come back to child's pose. So you can bring the knees out wide to make some space for the torso. Head can come down to the floor, or if you prefer puppy pose, staying up on the shins. Head comes down. Coming into this however it works for you for your rest pose. And then when you're ready, coming and sitting over onto one side. We're going to come all the way down onto the back. Hands on the knees, rolling back onto the flat of the back. And let's come into our Apanasana. So, hands can be on the knees or at the hip joint. Exhale, hands slide up. The knees come in. Inhale, hands slide down. Or hands on the knees, exhale, knees come in. Inhale, release the arms closer to straight so the knees go out. So either way, and actually another option here as well is to bring the knees out wider, away from each other. That's going to give you a little bit more space in that lumbar spine, that lower back down here, and in the back of the neck. So amazing what one movement does to another part of the body. Kind of like when we were doing those windshield wipers, that was coming all the way up into that hip joint. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, let's all meet back in that exhale with the knees in. On the inhale, we're going to lift the feet up towards the ceiling, arms come up overhead. You can do cactus. I'm doing cactus arms because I don't have a lot of space here, but your arms can go cactus arms or straight. On the exhale, bend the knees, hands come to knees. Inhale, arms up, feet up. Exhale, hands to knees, knees are bent. One more, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Bring the feet back down to the mat. And let's do a couple of bridge poses. I'm going to slide down so I can get my arms up overhead. There we go. Okay. So let's go with our first bridge pose. We're just going to lift the hips. The arms are down by the sides. On the inhale, from the hip points, lifting up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, hips come back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And one more time like this. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to add the arms. Inhale, arms come up, hips come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms back down by your side, hips down to the floor. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And then let's do one more round. We're going to add an extra breath in. This is my favorite little shoulder opener here. So we're going to inhale, arms come up, hips come up. On the exhale, we're going to release just the hips, arms stay where they are. Excellent. Take another inhale. On the exhale, arms come back down by your sides. Glorious. Again, inhale. Arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms come back down by your sides. One more time. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Take a moment, pause here, and notice what is traveling throughout the body. From here, the legs out straight. And 2 more movements that we've left. So zipping up the legs, toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Second option here, inhale, cactus arms. Exhale, arms back down by your side. Third option, flip the hands so that the palms face up towards the ceiling if they're not already. And we're going to do snow angel arms. Inhale. The arms are going to slide up so the hands come towards the crown of the head. They may not make it all the way. That's okay. Wherever they are, that's where they are. That works. On the exhale, bring the arms back down by your sides. Beautiful. All right, last movements. Palms face down. Hands come a little bit away from the body, so you have space to move. Space to move. Okay. All right, inhale, lift the thumb up towards the ceiling, rolling over the pinky so the palm faces up. Exhale, palm back to the floor. Again, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One last time, inhale. And exhale. So now we come into our relaxation pose, what everybody came to yoga for. You can bring a blanket under your head or a blanket over you if you're cooling down a little bit. If it's uncomfortable on your back to lay straight out like that, you can bend your knees. I'm going to hop up and sit. You are welcome to come into whatever comfortable position works for you to be here for a few moments. You could even, if you have a chair handy or a couch, bring your legs up on said equipment. So let's do a full body relaxation. Walking down the body, starting with the toes. Relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the top of the thighs, the back of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Release the whole of the spine, that journey from the tip of the tailbone all the way to the base of the skull. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrist. Relax the hands, fingers and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the tongue be heavy and fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes be heavy and fall to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thought seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your head side to side. When you're ready. And with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready. And again with an inhale, using your upper arm to push up to a comfortable seated position. And I'm going to give you your mudra now, and then we'll do a sun breath to send you on your way. So this is the Jnana mudra. This is the gesture of higher knowledge. This is the core quality is awakening, clear seeing. So we're going on this journey. We need to see where we're going, right? So middle ring, pinky finger together, extended out, tip of the thumb, tip of the index finger together. You can lay that on your lap. The power of clear seeing guides my path toward awakening. There we go. This is especially helpful for awakening clear seeing through the power of witnessing, enhancing one pointed concentration, discerning between the limitless true self and the limited personality. All right, so that's your mudra for today. And then release that, bring the palms together. We'll do let's do sun breath number 4. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, hands come down. All the way around, fingertips touching. Exhale all the way back. Palms to the heart. 3 times. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, open. Fingertips together. Exhale all the way back. Again, inhale. And exhale. Hands to the heart. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Bringing the hands, palms together. Thumb can touch the heart. As we go forth out into this beautiful, beautiful day, let's go forth with kindness, compassion, and gratitude. Not just for others, but especially for ourselves. Namaste. Thank you, friends, and hopefully this video will make the journey to the right channel. Thank you.